on perspective, help, and weeds. First of all, perspective. And I have another podcast coming out this next week on self-perspective. But I want to talk to you about how a different perspective can change everything. This is a candlestick. And it's one that I used for years, probably 8 years, sitting on our dining table. And for years, I had a hard time putting on the glass sconce on the top. It was a little, on one of them, I have two of them. And on one of them, it was a little uneven. And I thought, well, maybe I need to have this re-welded. I wasn't quite sure what to do. But one night we had a big group of company over, and one of the gentlemen said, "Why are your candlesticks upside down?" When I turned it over, I realized for years I had been having the candlestick upside down, and this was perfectly flat and perfectly level to put the scones on. And all it needed was a different perspective. And isn't that true of our lives? That sometimes we just need a different perspective. And as I think about self-perspective, as I release this article and podcast this next week, if I look at my business, what should I be doing and not doing? And I started to look a little closer, and I found that I was doing a certain element of posting that I could hire out. And if you've been with me on some of my last live streams, you've noticed or known how have been working on my calendar of posting, my posting calendar. And it's something I talk about quite a bit with memes, meme banks, and all that I have for my promotional tools in my course, A New Way of Doing Business. But I was able to contact and interview a VA this last weekend who is very excited to work, that I could put on doing this job that will save me probably about a good 5 hours a week. And it was something that I needed to do for a while. I needed to be organized and updated my system enough to be able to bring her on. But that was a little area of, if I had been looking from the outside in, I would notice in even my own business that change that needed to occur. And I'm sure there are some other little tweaks that I can do, but one thing at a time. I always say just do one thing at a time and then build from there. But this will help me be able to spend a little more time on the marketing that I've needed to spend time on, and some of the extra writing that I am doing, and some of the live streams, just like that I'm bringing you today. Also, something I did yesterday, and I love to talk about being outside, but I did a little weeding in our garden, and it was amazing how messy it was. But that I got it ready for a whole new group of crops that we can plant probably in a couple weeks, between 2 or 3, 4 weeks in that garden. But that's something that we need to do with our lives very often, is to clip back some of the huge big branches. It was amazing how messy it was underneath, and that I just needed to spend a little time on just clipping those back, filling up a trash can, and getting some of the undergrowth as well. So that's my encouragement to you, is to spend a little time now and then weeding and going through areas of your life, of your business, and to make sure that you can focus on the most important things in your life. So I hope you've enjoyed this little live stream. I love doing these behind the scenes of things that are going on in my life, and some of the little stories as well, to help move you forward in your life. I hope you've enjoyed it, and make sure you connect with me on my newsletters, goalsforyourlife.com/newsletter. And those are great ways to keep up with all that I have going with the new products, especially coming up with holidays. I have a lot going on, and I usually always post the current live streams on those, as well as the podcast and the articles. So I don't send out a lot. I send out, that comes once a week, and then there's another update once a week when the podcast comes out. So I hope that you take advantage of that. You connect with me also. Deborah Johnson, speaker, I take only a certain number of live events, but I love doing virtual as well. And the music, always, people love the music. I'll look forward to being with you now next time, and bye for now.